And Joe Khalil is in Ohio now, where Evan Lambert was this morning, and Lambert was charged. Joe, what can you tell us this morning? Is there anything new?
I want to start off with this, Mitch. Evan is not just some person who works at the same news network, but we literally sit across from each other in our D.C. bureau. Evan is a friend. Evan's someone I like, someone I respect, someone I talk to often. And so I'm not entirely objective here, and I just want to lay that out for everybody watching before we get going. But what is objective here are the facts and the video that we all saw. And so let's get into that, and we'll take you through that as it happened here. And as you can see, 4 officers, they approach Evan here because he was simply doing his live shot inside that building while Ohio Governor Mike DeWine was talking. It's something that many of us have had to do. Sometimes it's uncomfortable, but Evan was trying to be quiet as the governor was speaking, not to disrupt the press conference. The officers objected to Evan doing that, so they asked him to leave. Evan said no. He said he had a job to do. He wanted to hear what the governor was trying to say. And then you can see here it gets more tense, and these officers forcibly remove Evan from that gym. Moments before that, you can actually hear Evan saying on tape, "Don't touch me." Eventually, they take him outside of the gym, take him to the ground rather forcefully, and handcuff and arrest him. Now, the arresting affidavit that we have now been able to see claims that a National Guard general pushed Evan when Evan, quote here from the affidavit, came at him. Now, that's not something that we see on camera. That's not something that is supported by the visuals that we have. But I also want you to listen to what Governor Mike DeWine actually said about this entire situation when reporters asked him about it shortly after all of this went down.
It has always been my practice that if I'm doing a press conference, if someone wants to report out there and they want to be talking to the people back on channel, whatever, they have every right to do that. That should not, if someone was stopped from doing that or told they could not do that, that was wrong. And it was nothing that I authorized, and certainly it would be something that I would not want to see happen. This happens, we do this, I do this all the time, and I'm certainly very, very sorry that happened. I don't know all the facts, but he or she, whoever was arrested, had every right to be reporting and do what they do every single day.
So Evan is now charged at this point with disorderly conduct and criminal trespassing. Mitch, we're going to see if those charges hold. He is now out of jail. Came out last night from the county jail behind us. But right now, again, he is still facing those charges, which are misdemeanors, but serious nonetheless.
Well, and Joe, one more thing to note before I ask a question here. He is a credentialed member of the media who was invited to a media event at which the governor was speaking. And as you heard, the governor doesn't support this action. Do you think that had something to do with him getting out of jail last night? How did he get out of jail? Do we know anything about that?
So we expected that he was going to get out of jail this morning, and it did take some of us by surprise that he got out last night. We're hearing, at least from one source, that Governor Mike DeWine's office may have actually intervened in that in some way and helped facilitate Evan being able to get out last night. So we haven't yet confirmed that with the governor's office, but that is something that we're hearing. We've requested that from them. By the way, we've also requested any sort of statement from the East Palestine police, who are now handling all the media requests here. They said to get back to them later this morning. We don't have anything new from them just yet. We're expecting to hear from them and possibly from Governor DeWine's office as well. But that is, as far as we understand it, Mitch, how that happened and how Evan was able to get out last night and actually speak to our Ashley Banfield last night.
Well, we don't have every fact out there, but certainly what we've seen and heard from the video, this looks like a mistake, and it looks like something that someone is going to have to answer for. We look forward to somebody answering for that. Joe Khalil covering this very important story for us, a colleague of ours, a friend of Joe's. Thank you very much, Joe. Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation in your cable lineup. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-based, unbiased coverage.